They're all in. All three of these cores, single target DPS. It's a big ask. They're going to need to have double Nigma's kills to be even in this game. And that's just tough against Crow and the boys.
All right, thanks, Purge, for your contribution. We'll come back to you after the game. Moxie, final thoughts on this draft?
I like the aggression. We saw what Liquid was bringing to the table early on in the first game. They all went at, both of them actually, the full 5v5. But I feel like with this kind of a lineup, they're just going to go running at them and they're going to secure themselves that early pick.
All right, will we have a third game? I really hope we will, because these two teams seem very evenly matched and they are very entertaining to watch. Made even more entertaining by a commentary duo of OD Pixel and BSJ.
Thanks very much, Steve. Yes, game 2 of Nigma versus Liquid. And Brian, what sort of stands out to you first? What do you want to talk about? We're getting this very quickly picked Ursa from Liquid to end their draft. Are you sort of on board with that? You sort of look at this game and say it's a great bear game?
I wouldn't say it's a bad pick. I didn't see anything better, but I don't necessarily feel all that great about it, because last game, the counter to the Bloodseeker puck was that they kind of just stood still. Ursa, on the other hand, has to actually run around in the fight, and if they throw all their spells on him and force him to use his BKB and ultimate defensively, he's suddenly not nearly the threat and tanky hero that he's meant to be. I think Medusa makes their entire game plan very difficult. 4 of their 5 heroes have to be point blank range in order to do any damage, and Medusa, I think, counters that as a whole. And they have to go on the Medusa eventually, and the rest of Nigma's lineup is just so good at what Kyle would call peels. You're forcing them off of the Medusa with the Clockwork Hook and the Cogs, the Phoenix Egg, Puck Coil. I really like Nigma's draft. I personally think it's a heavy out draft for Nigma. Okay. I'm not really sure how it's going to play out, because I don't play heroes like Medusa myself, but on paper, I would be scared to play Ursa in this game. But yet I see what they're going for. It's good against Bloodseeker in lane, good against the Egg in the mid game. So I like what they're thinking, but I do think Nigma has the upper hand.
I mean, that's the thing as well, right? Is that this top lane, as you say, sure, the Bloodseeker's melee, Mikko's going to have that advantage being an Ursa against him, but you're against this Bloodseeker and the Phoenix, right? And this Phoenix isn't going to be too much fun for the Ursa to lane against.
Yeah, Ursa's just not the lane dominator he used to be. He usually comes online like level 3 or 4 when he gets a couple points up in all of his spells. And Bloodseeker, 6 base armor. Really high base armor for an offlaner, traditionally speaking. So the threat of the Ursa physical damage early is not going to be nearly as high. And he also has decent sustain. And the Phoenix, like you said, the fire spirits can be super annoying, because Ursa might have to put a point or 2 up in the overpower, which means he has less points in the Earth Shock for the slow. Yeah, I don't think this lane's nearly as bad for mind control as Kyle painted it to be.
Okay, and then Mimo's sort of down on the bottom lane. Are Liquid going to be able to put much pressure onto Miracle here as this Deucer, or are you able to farm pretty safely down here?
Yeah, I thought they were going to pick something like Ogre last pick for Nigma, but Clockwork does a similar job. His whole job is just say, get away from my Medusa, right? He's going to walk in front of you, threaten with the battery assault, and I don't think they can really do anything to Miracle here. They're both melee. They have to go through a Clockwork. Kuroki's always going to position himself properly. Just look at him. He's just running at the Legion. Boxy's actually getting completely zoned as Miracle is just free farming down here. I really like the idea that Miracle has to solo carry this game. I think his hero is much more built than last game to do just that.
So yeah, Kuro doing a great job of just running Boxy down and causing him to have to make the move all the way back to his tower. Top lane Mikke is looking for GH. He's going to have another shock at a second. GH just hits level 2 and is able to dive back out to safety. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Oh, Miracle, he's sort of ended himself up underneath that tower here. Tiger do the best with the body blocks, but Kuro will come across, hook down on the 2 of them. He's able to safely sit back and survive again. An abundance of mana to rely on for his shield. And yeah, just going to be interesting what Miracle builds on the Medusa. We did see a Medusa the other day. Went for 2 of the Falcon Blades to the S and Y. So that is definitely one way to play the hero in this match. See which way Miracle wants.
I'm curious if he does the same thing. The Falcon Blade seems really nice for the mana regen as well as the health. It's just so value on Medusa, but I don't know if you need 2 of them. So I'm kind of that's the only sample size I have thus far. But I'm not sold on it completely yet.
No, because other than that, like, what sort of other items are you looking on the Medusa? Is this another hero that you still feel happy getting a Maelstrom early on to just sort of speed up your game?
I'm of the opinion he probably just needs to build to live. Just buy efficient stat items like a Manta and a Scotty, and basically just say my team's going to do the rest of the damage for me. Bloodseeker Phoenix, I don't think damage is going to be an issue. I think it's more so that as long as Liquid can't kill him before all of his teammates' damage goes off, then he's going to be good.
Dead Tiger. Looking onto Weehaw. Might be able to set up completely. Bottom. Foxy now with the levels level 3 can do a better job of turning and trading back with Kuro. Quite the moment of courage to so. Mid lane Weehaw is completely out of regen. 4-minute rune's coming up. He's going to chance it for the bottom rune, and he's going to get very fortunate to get the refill, and it's an arcane. So lovely power rune there for Weehaw. On the side, only really that bottom lane where Boxy's a little behind sort of the top lane. We're going pretty evenly. No one else really getting completely bullied out of
You will make a
again.
nice snow angel.
Mid.
Yeah,
Weehaw.
I like the Taiga's move here. I think him going top is really good because he can't really help pressure the Medusa, and so in that case, just let Boxy be Boxy down here, and he's allowing the Ursa to get solo, like basically free farm up here because mind control will walk up.
Can you get away with buying Midas on Medusa nowadays, or is that just way too?
I think in some games you can.
Yeah.
I think she's heavily benefits from the attack speed, and it just depends on how much you feel like you're going to get ran at mid-game. And I think since Liquid has such a high trend of that here, as you see, Crystal Maiden, I feel like if you had to bang on one hero every game seeing First Blood, you know, high percentage-wise, it'd be a Crystal Maiden.
I have a chance of getting mid-game as well. Getting tricked by the end of the blood right. For mind control to keep chasing with Weehaw, and at the same time down bottom, Kuro. Yeah, there's two of them, Kuro and Miracle over run down Boxy. Kills across the map here for Nigma. Again, you know, Weehaw making the same sort of moves that he was doing in that last game where he really was off to just a brilliant start with his early rotations on the puck, and we're seeing that yet again here. He's still getting aggressive top. He's about a creep away from hitting level 6. Zania, very low. He's trying to pop a salvage hitting, but Weeha's going to be able to finish it off. The setup's there for Mind Control to get the kill with Blood Right. And now Weehaw, he's level 6. So he can look to get even more out of this. Turns over towards Tiger. They're going to get another out of this. It really is, again, just the opening 8 minutes, we saw, you know, Weehaw get an ultra kill in the last game. Already here in the 6 minutes, 2-0-2. He got so much done there with that move up to top.
I think in this patch, it's really hard to play carry. I think it's really hard to be survivable as carry. I think if you ever manage to draft a carry, that I look at and say, I don't really know how he dies. I feel like it's a significant draft advantage, more so in this patch than normal. And I just look at this last pick Ursa, and what made me so hesitant about it was that I'm so scared of his... He can't like farm from 10 to 15 minutes. Like, he's gonna get ran at. He's constantly under threat. Puck actually deals with you very well super early game, and I don't feel like they can reciprocate that pressure onto this Medusa. I think the Cloud's last pick was great. You saw it bottom, and exactly what it was meant to accomplish when Miracle got kicked under tower. But here, they're looking to make something happen. Liquid is not okay with the status quo of this game, and they are going to try to basically ensure this Ursa's safety top so that he can have some space to farm. But GH breaks the smoke.
Yeah, out completely. So unlikely that Tiger is staying to get the angle they want. Look who's chasing. Weeha's already moving back up here. 4 seconds to Dream Coil. No hesitation. As soon as the ult's up, Weeha's in position to put on the pressure. Mickey has hit the 6. So yeah, he's going to pop it early here to break the coil. I'm sure that he does Nigma from trying to dive in underneath the tower.
It's just so nice to play Medusa here because usually as a carry you're like quote-unquote AFK, right? But he's actually able to defend mid-tower. So that is super nice because he frees up his puck to do whatever Weehaw wants on the map. And you see here, he's pressuring the Ursa while Medusa's just defending mid-tower and farming. So you just have to compare the lives of these two carries, the two heroes that are meant to win the game for their team. Medusa's just chilling mid, Ursa's getting ran at by 3 heroes. And I think this is gonna basically be the look of the game for the next 10 minutes, honestly. And by that point, I think the net worth lead the net worth differential between Miracle and
Radiant's
Mickey
middle
will
tower
be
is under attack.
too much to overcome for a hero like Ursa against Medusa.
Obviously top, Tiger. The rest of Liquid, they sort of bailed out of this top lane. Tiger tried to stick around to at least soak up the XP, but Nigma not going to let that happen. Another kill's found out that top lane, and that top lane is going to be completely abandoned now for Liquid. Very surprised we see them try and put any hero up here. Certainly issues to deal with elsewhere. Pressure already coming in mid. As you say, is going to be very good timings this game. Just had that SMY queued up the Brave man, so not a Falcon Blade man. Just going for the standard SMY, as you say, just pure survivability as soon as he can. Top lane Tiger, he came back to the lane. I mean, I said they wouldn't come up here. Tiger decided to prove me wrong. Instantly TP's back and dies the second time.
I actually don't know how Liquid wins this game. I actually don't know how they win this game. I feel like it's already over. That's how I view it. And the beauty of this is I love how teams will do whatever they can to win the game. Like they're just gonna figure out some way. Like if we can win the game, what's the one iteration, according to Dr. Strange here, that results in our victory. And right now, it looks like Liquid is just gonna try to hit their timing. DK, I think, is going to be the backbone of their comeback here. Maybe that early bit of tower pressure, maybe catch them out with that early blink dagger. Because right now, Taiga's only level 4. Legion Commander doesn't really have a clear duel target. It's hard to get on top of the puck. Medusa's going to be playing super safe on the map. Phoenix, Clock, these are very hard heroes to duel. And Weehaw, you just feel so content on Weehaw here, running around the map, being a nuisance. In the meantime, Medusa's farming.
Kuro's in, he's able to pick up the bounty room. Weeha's trying to jump over to the side. Should still fall though.
Good start.
They get one. Send out towards Kuro, but an instant TP away, he'll make it. Something found, at least for Liquid, as Mickey gets the kill onto Weehaw. Diving on the mid, GH looking for Tiger.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
TP straight back into the mid, trying to do his best to limit the amount of pressure that Miracle can put onto this tower, but Miracle's got the back of the GH. Miracle doesn't seem to want to go anywhere. He's sticking around, trying to finish off the tower. Open the stone gaze as well to try and secure the last hit, but they have to do fortification up. So Nigma will have to retreat. At least we'll be able to hold and take that away from them if they want. So it is now
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top
the problem with that kill on the
tower
puck is it seems nice as the opponent mid laner, but you're supposed to be able to turn that into objectives for DK. But because of the pressure that Miracle's putting mid, he has to then TP to use his Dragon Form to defend rather than do anything in regards to taking objectives of their own. And Mind Control, he might be in some trouble top. Taiga is level 6.
Dire's
roll into the duel here most likely.
Control. See. Damage bonus. One lane Mickey. Full time with tower tonight. It's taking away some of this potential gold that Nigma could have picked up. Best to hold them back, but Kuro's able to get the angle. Comes in from the side with a hook shot. They're going to pop the egg, make sure that they have enough magical damage to take this, but they still might not actually have the number there. Foxy's able to come in with the heal, allow Koifa to step away out of cogs. Make sure that he doesn't get caught out by the supernova stun. So will manage to live. Miracle though was able to get that last hit on.
That's 4 heroes from Liquid to lose a tower. They're very happy with that result on side of Team Nigma. They don't care about the kill on DK. They just wanted the tower. Like, obviously, the kill on DK is icing on the cake, but all they wanted there was to finish off that mid tower so Miracle can kind of go farm wherever he wants. He kept farming mid in order to exert the pressure, and now he can choose to farm Ancients and be more efficient after that tower. Hiroki, no hook shot just yet.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Can they try and fight this? They do have the jeweler, but it still seems very hard.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Being as strong as they are right now, over towards mid. Koifa trying to pressure the mid tower. GH and Miracle.
Radiant's middle
Force him
tower
away.
has been
Hookshot's going to connect from
Dire's
Kuro.
top tower
He's straight in onto Koifa. Weeha's coming across. They're looking to chase. At the same time, top lane. Mind Control getting gone on by Tiger and Insania. Dreamcore locked down mid. They'll guarantee themselves the kill on Koifa. Mind Control still alive up top. Should die to the 3 of them though. As D-Box is able to walk in, get himself another successful duel. Still, Nigma taking the trade, keeping this momentum up as Mickey has also been found. He's coming in. He's out of the
Radiant's
cogs.
top tower is under
Not quite
attack.
kill him, but bullying him away. Miracle able to take a bit of this triangle away from the Ursa. I think obviously one thing that Liquid's
Radiant's
got
bottom
to really do their
tower
best
is
to
under
control
attack.
is their jungle. There are some lovely stacks there, and it'll be a huge shame if Miracle's able to walk in and take them for Nigma.
Yeah, it's just economic damage here. Miracle's like basically getting escorted to his farm by the rest of his team. He's like, I'd like to farm the enemy triangle now, please. And they just 3-man gang squatted up, forcing the Ursa out. Seems like it may be inefficient to do that for some camps, but Ursa's not farming. So even though your GPM's technically lower on the Medusa than it would be if you were farming your side of the map, you're making the Ursa's GPM effectively 0, you know, other than the passive goal. He's forced to run away. He's not getting any camps at all for himself, and it's all percentage based. You'd rather have 100 to 0 than 200 to 100 in terms of network, right? Like, so it's going to keep paying off here. Miracle's got the S and Y. Really good against the duel as well as the stun from DK. Seems like a lot of carries are just prioritizing the Sange and Yasha after the status resistance buff, as well as the only source of status resistance over the Manta. Kuroki
just keeps getting better.
scouting here. After they take that tier 1 tower, the map is their oyster, Team Nigma. They get the puck farming bottom, Miracle's farming jungle around mid, and the rest of the 3 of them are kind of just poking and prodding the rest of Team Liquid to annoy them and cause them to basically always be on the back.
Not enough point, but found him here, moving in with the smoke. TP's coming in from Liquid. Gonna do the best to try to keep point for alive, but the commitment's there. Put the Dream Coil, instant ends the CMO, put the Mule Step to the Supernova's down. They've got to split Liquid. They're trying to get away from it all, but point they cannot. Held underneath the egg, heal ball. They'll also get the catch onto Insania over to the side. Nigma, more kills, now in position to start taking more and more of the potential farm away from Ursa as Miracle moves into the jungle.
Jackpot for the twins.
His farm quite a step ahead that of Mickey. A bit of catch-up will occur now. You know, Mickey, he has at least got the Battle Fury complete. Still a long way to go to match the pace of Miracle farming out of it. More kills for Miracle to get involved in. Steps across, playing for life for Tiger. Rehart. This is running out Foxy to the side, but no coil quite back up yet, so have that immediate catch. But this is some early aggression now. What, 15 minutes in? You're stepping up with this Medusa to these tier 2s. And Kuiper trapped in the trees here. They're in with a hook shot. Comes over to the side. Mickey's been silenced. He's taking a chance to get the ult off. He's got to run. He's got to step right out of it, but he's been ruptured. Miracle's able to move in. They're trying to lift the silence and the duel to lock down Miracle. But he's just too tanky at this stage. They don't have the damage to kill him. Mickey ends up dying inside the base, which we are dives in for him. Picks up another as Insania is also going to go down. As it just seems to be too much. 16 minutes in, 14-3, 7k lead, and Nigma's lineup, that they can just sort of go wherever they want with this Medusa. And it's hard to see what Liquid can do to stop this.
Yeah, Medusa, I think the Medusa pick was just too good. They had DK, Earth Spirit, Legion at the time in that draft. Like, all their damages, we have to go on. And it's similar to last game where Nigma relied on going on them, and they just didn't have to move inside of Team Liquid in game 1. It's like the opposite here. Medusa just, you saw there, he gets dueled up, he's in the middle of everything, and Miracle's just like, okay, I was gonna be attacking you guys anyways, I guess I'll just keep attacking. The rest of his team just cleaning up Ursa in the back. Ursa had to use all of his like ultimate survivability tools just to live, which means he can't dish out the damage because he's no longer confident in terms of his own survivability. Hoikfa, like DK is not going to carry the game. You know, he tried his best to create some pressure early on, but Nigma consistently was willing to bring 3 or 4 heroes, even just to slow him down. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to kill him, just stop him from creating pressure so that you can then pressure the Ursa. And Miracle's almost got a butterfly. Ursa overpower. It used to not count attacks when you miss, but now it does. He's got the level 10, 15% evasion talent, plus the butterfly coming out for Miracle. This Ursa ain't
Radiant structures are fortified.
Another connection. Fox is going to stand his ground. Go for the duel with the blade mail. He's not going to win that duel though. Won't lose it even. Does die after comes to an end. So just more catches for Kuro. I mean,
Radiant's
yeah,
bottom tower
Kuro is
is under
5 o'clock,
attack.
having a great game, right? 2-0-5, easy setups and hasn't died at all. Bottom lane, quite for really trying to get some objective. They've got the tower defense on lock. As Nigma come in, push him away,
Dire's
keep
top
that tower
is
alive
under
and
attack.
available for the deny if they want to. Divine Control hunting Couriers. Now, hit. This team, you know, looking towards Mickey's farm after the battle fury, trying to get this BKB. I mean, is there sort of any, like, how many items does Mickey need to be able to sort of say, right, I can turn up to this fight as the Ursa and at least take someone down? Like, is the BKB going to be enough for Liquid to try and fight around Mickey and commit for some of the squishier kills, or
Radiant's
is he,
turret
at this
has
stage,
been
is it still just a complete struggle?
Every hero on Nigma
Dire
can defend
are
himself.
scanning.
Well, I don't actually know.
Dire's
I think he needs
structures
Abyssal
are fortified.
in order to kill people.
Dire's middle tower is
And
under
I don't
attack.
know if the game will last long enough for him to get it. I know I sound like Mr. Doomsday, Doom here for the side of Liquid, but I think you have to be ahead of Medusa on Ursa to have a good matchup at
Dire's
all.
middle
And
tower
he's
has fallen.
It just keeps getting
like
better.
flipped. He's got a full item on Miracle ahead of the Ursa. And the thing about those ultimates that it feels so good when you know you're in this spot on Team Nigma, they're like efficiency ultimates to kill Koitsu down there. It's like we only have to bring 2 or 3 heroes to kill you rather than 4 or 5 because we're casting our ultimates on. And when you see people just willingly using their ultimates for kills like this, even just pressure like this, then you know you're in a really commanding spot, because usually if you don't have your ultimates, you have to be afraid afterwards.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower
Nigma,
is under attack.
like, look at Mickey's life. He's just getting
Radiant's
kited out of his
bottom
own
tower
jungle,
has fallen.
or out of the opponent's jungle while Medusa's farming his own.
Dire's top
He's
tower
constantly
is
having to
under
deal with
attack.
threats while Medusa just forced the CM to TP.
Is it spring already?
I don't think this ever gets better. They're eventually going to take Roche on the side of Nigma when they feel like it's safe. They have no sense of urgency here. They don't have to rush. And once Medusa has 2 lives, I can't fathom the first one, how he loses that one. The second one is even.
Kuro on the hunt. Oh no, poor Stadia. It's an easy catch for Kuro. As soon as Stadia steps outside of the base, Kuro. Shot. Definitely scrambling for Liquid's heroes to get any sort of item up. 11k down, 19 for 3. Nigma hitting perfectly hard, and as you say, something that you felt, this is well, pretty much what you expected from seeing these drafts. This sort of
much
pace, or is this more severe than you expected, or less so?
I'm not going to act like I'm some oracle. I just have played Ursa in a similar situation, where I didn't really know, unless I had a really good start, how the game would, like, how I would be able to carry the game. So when I see these drafts, I just thought their timing was really fragile. So if they didn't hit it, it was going to be a nightmare. That was kind of how I thought about it. And since they were able to get a couple kills on Ursa early, they really slowed down that Battle Fury timing. Medusa got all the space in the world. And now I feel like the script has already written itself. And here's the Roche coming out. I didn't even mention, Kyle mentioned it during the draft, but he now has the Blood Rage buff as well. And the full damage. And he gets a Phoenix Stone, buyback.
Not a bad start at all to a fight. If they can keep this going into anything more. Successful duel from Boxy. Boxy gonna try and catch up the Ancient. I managed to do so.
Run empty.
Top lane Weeheart. Start playing around with Tiger. And the coil to be dropped. Kills all the way around. It's not necessary to win a fight to have the ult. Still get the space, despite the effort from Boxy. Tiger to push him away from the pit. Get back in, finish this off. Turns back. Good. Looking at the goals, just step closer to what really is going to be one of the fastest guardies up. Fastest butterfly timing from Medusa on this patch from Miracle. The rest of the items are going to continue to fly out at a very...
Yeah, he's got the. It looks like he's wrapping up his build with the Daedalus. If he does get that far, he basically says, "I'm unkillable. Now I kill all of you." The natural progression for heroes like Medusa: stat yourself up, and then make yourself unignorable.
That off Nigma's, but as soon as they come forward, it's an easy kill. But tries to hold back Miracle with the Dragon Tail stun, but now he's left himself open to be ruptured. Shanky's trying to run, but locks him down, forces out the BKB. Poikfor will at least keep his life intact, but without a BKB and down bottom, Kuro is on the hunt for Boxy. Boxy's trying to stand his ground. Pots the blade mail and the duel, but Kuro will be happy to take the +20 on this.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, I feel like this is hunting season, and Liquid are just a bunch of deer running around the map, trying to just have eat some grass or something. You know, they're just trying to live their lives while having their way with this is just slaughter, man. I don't know.
It really
Dire's
is.
top
I mean,
tower is under attack.
We sort of saw in game one Liquid spiral out of control in the second half. This has just been Nigma spiraling out of control pretty much from minute
Dire's
one.
top tower is under
This
attack.
game, I mean, those first few moves, we high up the top, crushing the lane of Mickey, just really sort of set the gears in motion, and Liquid just haven't been able to put a stop to it at all. With 24 minutes in, they have this Miracle Medusa knocking at their face, S&Y Butterfly Skadi, and Aegis. Just an incredible amount of strength that they have to sit behind here, Nigma. Liquid, they can't really even get around to the backline. They're maybe looking for an angle here with this smoke. They get the duel out on the VR. Do get the kill. Hookshot's in. Good position for the ult. But now GH swoops across, drops down the egg. Miracle just pops the sun gaze. And suddenly the fight comes to a abrupt end for Liquid. They're trying to retreat, but they cannot get quite far out of there. Mickey drives down his ground against mind control. Tiger's rolling away. There's nothing they can do here to stop Nigma just from taking their set of racks. Top racks down 25 minutes in. Kuro and mind control, they are low. I mean, Tiger might get some kills off the back of this. Another rock down, keeping the magnetize going. He gets Kuro. You get mind control as well here. He's too close to mind control. Kills out of this. Okay, he's going for Miracle on the high ground. There's going to be a buyback from Tiger. Miracle, of course, still with that Aegis, so they'll have to go for him twice, but there's no Weehara mind control to help him out. Tiger, the angle, Boxy. They're able to find the duel. They get the Aegis. Can they do it a second time, though? Looks like they're not going to chance it. So a little bit of action there for Liquid. Kind of sort of the only kind of fight that they've managed to get something out of in this whole game. Of course, damage still very much done with that top lane taken completely away from them. And again, even with those kills, nothing really that can done off the back of them.
They stand him. They know Mickey is here.
Got him. Kuro's in. Okay. He has got BKB on TP. He's actually going to stand his ground. And that will to lose his life. Even with the enrage, unlikely to be able to TP out. I'm consider the amount of right click that Miracle's doing right now.
Yeah, Liquid actually played that fight really well. They went on the Medusa with the Air Spirit just to silence him so that the Medusa wouldn't be able to protect his teammates with the Stone Gaze. But even then, like, they're just down by 2,000 net worth going into that fight, and even more afterwards. You just can't overcome this differential. When this team has so much team fight, raw damage. Writing's on the wall, and looks like they're gonna play it out though, and I respect that.
Always worth to play through the final extra minutes, give you more time to think about what you're going to do coming into game 3.
Usually give the enemy team a chance to grow, but it's hard to grow with Medusa. You kind of just
Dire's
stand
bottom
there
tower is under attack.
hitting things. It's similar to last game though, right? Both teams had a hero that just becomes unkillable. It becomes really hard. It's pretty impossible to play the game. Like no matter, you know, Kyle talked about the skill level of people is all equal when they're stunned. I would say it's also looks about equal when there's a hero you just can't kill. So who cares how many abilities you land? The guy just doesn't move.
Dire's bottom
Blood
barracks
Rage
has fallen.
Able to take these buildings with no answer from Liquid.
Kuro even went for drums, so blood rage attack speed wasn't enough. Let's give him another 45.
Try something. Look at the duel. Instantly mastered by the Yule Scepter. He'll go down. He has got a buyback. Quite first. Having to use the BKB to step back. They don't take most of the mana of Miracle away. Make chase for kills here, Liquid Tiger. Leading up the Magnetize, starting off the defense. Midk's able to get in on top of Mind Control. Disarm onto the bear, but Mind Control going for the CP out. Not going to be able to make it. They're able to take him down. Miracle stepping back across. Leading into Boxy. He'll go down as he die back on Boxy. Quite by trying to run in at Miracle. But he's also unable to deal with the damage that Miracle has. Mickey has the Enrage and the BKB. It doesn't matter. Miracle takes him out. Triple kill for Medusa. 35-9. 26k lead here at 29 minutes lead into end this game. As Nigma hit back.